Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gothic. So we have just met up with Baal Lukor. He is the guru who is leading the Templar excavation of these tombs here before the orcs appeared. And so we need his help to try and decipher the riddles here. Now there are a lot of weapons down here. Some of them are pretty good, but I'm not really sure we'll find one that's better than this one for a while. A lot of potions, too. And here we found a piece of parchment, eh? Let us take a look at it. Well, I can't seem to read it. The writing resembles the runes on the cave's walls, eh?
You looking for trouble with me again?
Calm your tits.
This tunnel leads to a dead end. Maybe you'll find some clues here that'll help us further.
I got one.
There is a torn piece of parchment here.
It looks like an orcish spell scroll, but it's been torn in two. There must be another half somewhere.
Well, let's take a look for it, because this here seems to be a dead end. You can hear orcs in the dark distance. Now, you have to be careful running around here. Baal Lukor, his pathfinding is goddamn terrible in here. So, if you get too far ahead of him, he tends to get stuck on corners and will fall behind. So, just make sure you take it slow and steady and help him find his way through here. So the best thing to do here is to try and take out the orcs down here as quick as possible. Once again, they have a habit of kind of... They have a habit of just kind of sitting back and not really reacting to you for a while. So if you're really quick, you can deal with them before they can do anything. And there you have it. Well, it seems to be another dead end.
We can't go on here. Maybe these niches bear hints.
Let us investigate the niches. Ooh. Aha. Oh ho. The gate is open. And there's another piece of parchment. So that makes 2 pieces of parchment.
I found a piece of parchment.
Very good. It's the other half of the orcish spell scroll.
What do we do with the 2 pieces now?
The 2 halves match, but I can't translate these orcish signs.
Now, here's where it gets interesting. So I'm going to lead him upstairs. And, things will happen there.
Hang on. This is interesting.
Well, I can't find anything interesting in this place.
Be silent and take a look at the ornamental runes in this cave. Yeah, these should suffice to translate the 2 halves of the parchment. I have it. It's a teleportation spell. It seems that it can only unfold its powers in a certain place. Strange.
Strange indeed. Perhaps we'll be lucky and find this place. Now, what I was saying before, my friend MG Master was talking about how he thinks Baal Lukor was able to translate that parchment because the runes in the temple in the swamp camp were the same as the runes on the parchment, and also the same as the runes here. So I'm going to take a closer look at these. These don't look quite the same as the runes from the Sleepers camp. Can't really say that I'm seeing anything in common, and I'll overlay the runes on the swamp camp as well. And so like, it's kind of... I'm not really sure I side with his idea that the runes on the temple in the swamp are the same as the runes here, suggesting some connection between that culture and the orc culture, or altogether their relation to the sleeper. And it also wouldn't really make sense, because if he could read the runes based on his knowledge of the runes in the swamp camp, there's no reason he would need to use the runes here in the hall as a reference. So I'm not really sure I buy into that same idea, but it was an interesting thought at least. Alright, so we must forge ahead. And here this little hallway gets kind of twisty, so you do have to take your time leading this guy through it. And in here, you can see way over there between those columns, is an orc who looks altogether a bit more imposing than the ones we've met so far. I want to see if I can get his attention, because if we go in there too far, we'll also get the attention of some of the other orcs in there. Now, Baal Lukor altogether is not really helpful in a fight. If he chooses to fight at all. He doesn't tend to fight with you, and it wouldn't make a difference because he doesn't hit hard enough to actually do any damage. At best, he might distract the enemies, but even then he probably wouldn't, because the AI doesn't really react to strikes that don't cause damage. So if he's not able to hurt them, they probably won't even bat an eye at him. So you'll still have to deal with him. Now, another thing is, people were saying that they use dodging more than they use blocking in this game. And I can't really say it's all that useful, because if you back up, you can still get hit. And dodging to the side doesn't really help a whole lot, just because of the tracking of the enemy's attacks. And they rarely use any kind of, like, charging attack, at least not as often as they use it in Gothic 2. So, altogether, blocking is just the most reliable, because you can block from a lot of directions, and compared to Gothic 2, you hold the block up a lot longer. So, that's why I think blocking is, to me, the most useful defense in this game.
This place has a special aura. The aura of the hidden.
This hall reminds me of the image in the vision.
The vision. We're very close to our target.
Is that so? It's interesting that he says that, because to me, this doesn't look a whole lot like the hall in the vision, because the hall in the vision had an altar in it that the orc was standing in front of. There's no altar here. And it looked like these columns were closer to the wall. These columns aren't any kind of spiritual symbolism either. They're just holding up the bridge up there. So he strolled over to this wall here. Let's see what he has to say.
Behind this wall. That must be it. My magic powers are still very weak. Use the orcish teleportation spell here, in front of this wall.
Fine. Apparently you're the one giving the orders today. So here's the spell. Let's give it a whirl. You notice you kind of have to invest magic into that spell before it works. It takes 5 seconds to cast it. Each second takes 1 point of mana away. You have to make sure that you do not drop... you have to make sure you do not stop casting it at any point, otherwise you just wasted mana and never end up casting the spell. And that's one of the reasons why using spells in this game can be pretty difficult, because you can get interrupted out of casting the spell by taking a hit, which is really annoying, because then you've invested the mana into trying to cast it, and then you have to start over, so all that mana went to waste.
You found the hidden place. My instincts have not deceived me.
And does the answer to the strange invocation of the sleeper really lie here? It looks more like another burial chamber to me.
We need to proceed. Go ahead. I'll follow you.
Alright, well, Altogether, we've come up pretty empty. So let's just see what we got going on here.
No, this can't be true. There's nothing here but dust and bones. No! Master, speak to me. Sleeper, reveal yourself. No!
That was it. Now he's gone completely crazy.
This is all your fault. Your unholy presence has enraged the almighty Sleeper.
What?
Now I shall have to suffer for your sacrilegious behavior.
After everything I've done for
I
him?
need to make a sacrifice for the Master. A human sacrifice. Then he'll be sure to enlighten me and make me his servant. Die, infidel!
He's gone mad with fanatical fury. Now, since we just knocked him down, you might think that... Oh, wow! He got up again, too. What's going on here? Oh, this is a problem.
You won't have much time to be sorry for.
Why is that happening? That don't make any sense.
You won't have much time.
What is going on?
For it.
Oh, dear. What the fuck? Okay, this is gonna be a huge problem. Oh dear. Oh dear. That's gonna be a huge problem later. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna be able to do about that. Alright, well, we'll worry about that when we come to it. So... Oh. I didn't know we had that. So he went mad. He expected to find signs of the Sleeper here, and since he didn't find it, he lost it. Now there are a lot of side passages here with a lot of stuff you can pick up. We're gonna finish looting the place. I'll kind of explore just to show you what's around here. Truth be told, apart from the first chamber and the two little side passages that we found the parchments in, there's not really a whole lot going on here. You can get up to the upper levels here, and so something I've always wondered is, when they built this place, it doesn't seem like they built it with any intention of actually getting up there, because until this place collapsed, there was no way to get onto the platforms, little balconies up there. Because we have to climb all this rubble just to get up there. But as I said, there's not really... As far as I can remember, there's like nothing up here. But we'll take a look anyway. Just so I can be as complete as possible. There's nothing here. We'll take out a torch. Just to be sure of everything. So here we have an altar, another altar. Kind of wonder what they use these altars for. Probably sacrifices of some kind. Or perhaps it's just where they prepare the dead. Alright, so there's nothing going on up here. Ruh-roh. Ooh, that was weird. Alright, so now we're going to go back through the first chamber and open up all those little alcoves. And, while we do that, I'm going to touch on kind of one last point. One or two, let me see. Just a couple things that people had asked me to do. A lot of people have asked me if I'm going to play the DirectX 11 mods for these, for the first two games. I've tried. let me just talk about these first. These are here are all mummies. It's kind of creepy. This is just how the orcs bury their dead, apparently. But all of these are also apparently containers. So they have some actually very powerful stuff here and there, and then some other just assorted stuff of minimal value, but worth grabbing either way. And a bunch of these are blocked off, so you have to go around finding the switches to open them. Anyway, I was asked if I would do the DirectX 11 versions of these games. I tried the one for Gothic 2, and it was really weird. For some reason, all the textures became like really saturated looking, like very yellow. I'm not really sure why that was. The frame rate actually was not really any worse than the base game was. I mean, here and there was kind of worse. The leaving Zardos's tower is pretty bad, but the only real huge improvement I noticed was just that the water looked a lot nicer. And apart from that, that was weird. Whatever, we don't really need that anymore. It definitely had potential, but it was just really glitchy. I'm not really sure why that was. I'd probably have to do some fussing with the configurations and my video driver settings and such. Might be able to improve some things, but the biggest problem is just that it overheated my laptop like within maybe 20 minutes. So I wouldn't be able to play it for very long. And now here's a first switch to get things going. It's kind of hard to tell which ones they open, because the gates open pretty quickly, and unless it's nearby, you're not going to hear it. But just rest assured, you're going to find everything. So, yeah, just the technical problems and my computer overheating mean that I cannot really play the DirectX 11 version, unfortunately. At least not until I get a new computer. And as far as getting a new computer, I'm still kind of in the same boat I was a few months ago when I addressed the same issue. I just am having trouble scraping together the money for it. I don't earn a whole lot, and I've saved up quite a bit so far, but I've got just enough to buy a computer, but I still need to continue saving more because, you know, I need to have some left in case any other expenses come up all of a sudden. So, it's going to be at least a few more months, and probably even longer. And this kind of ties together with something else. A lot of people have asked me if I'm going to play The Witcher 3. I would love to, believe me. That game looks fucking amazing. But, again, my laptop as it stands would never be able to handle that. So I have to wait until I can get a better computer. Which means I probably won't be able to play Witcher 3 on release. Which is a shame. But, I'll do what I can. And we'll see how quickly I can get a... I'm going to try and build my own desktop with some guidance from my brother who knows a lot about computers. And we'll see what comes of it. And hopefully you all can be quite patient. It is really a shame because I really want to play all these games too. And I just can't afford it, and it really, really upsets me. Anyway. What else? A fellow named Molhidim, or something. He brought up the idea of me doing a speed run of this game. Truth be told, speedruns are not really my thing, but if there ever was a game I would like to speedrun, this would definitely be it. And, I mean, it wasn't a real effort at a speedrun, but I did kind of do a really quick run through of the game when I was testing it just prior to doing this walkthrough. But that didn't really count because I did take a lot of shortcuts, use Marvin mode. And I'm thinking if I did a genuine speedrun, I would not even be able to use my usual trick of... I mean, I'm not really sure if there are accepted rules for speedrunning Gothic the way there are for games like Dark Souls, for example. But I imagine I would not be able to use my favorite strafe trick for fall control. So, I obviously use that a lot, and that kind of... That would be way too easy to abuse for a speedrun, so I'd have to get used to not using that trick. And I probably did use, like, Marvin mode commands here and there when I was doing it, but altogether, I think when I was doing my quick run of it, I probably finished it in just over 2 or 3 hours. I wasn't really counting, but it really didn't take me long at all. So if there was a game I could do a speedrun of, this would definitely be it. Gothic 2 might not be so much, because there's a lot more in-depth story progression going on there. Alright, so what do we got here? We got an Amulet of Magic, gives mana bonus. Ring of Life gives life bonus. Amulet of Purification protects against fire and magic. Flame Protection Ring. That's the wood skin ring we got from Korangar. We got another ore skin ring, which is sweet. We've got an Amulet of Power for strength and a Ring of Strength for strength. So, some good loot there. I think... No, we didn't get any permanent potions, so... I believe I got every little alcove here. The only one you can't reach is that one way up there. I've used cheats to get up there before. There's nothing up there, so don't even worry about it. Anyway, that, my friends, is that. So, let us head back to the swamp camp, kind of report on the futility of our efforts here.
If you think...
I've been to the Orc Cemetery. There was nothing there. No sleeper, no sign, no nothing.
What about Baal Lukor and the Templars?
They're all dead.
Dead? But why? What happened?
The entire cave system is teeming with orcs. They killed all of the Templars. Baal Lukor and myself survived, but suddenly Baal Lukor went mad. He screamed that the sleeper had ordered him to kill me, and he intended to obey this order.
It would appear he couldn't handle the fact that he hadn't found anything. I don't believe that the influence of the sleeper can cause such violent deeds. It cannot, irrelevant. The most important thing is that Baal Lukor did not succeed in his madness. Iberion is our only hope now.
About that story after all.
How is Iberion doing?
He won't wake of his own accord, and he is growing weaker and weaker. I know how to wake him up, but I need your help.
What do you want me to do?
Get me the healing herbs from the swamp. 5 of the strongest kind should be sufficient. Please, hurry.
Now, he doesn't really tell you what exactly you're looking for, so be sure that you take the time to actually ask him, in case you aren't sure what you're trying to find here.
How will I recognize these herbs?
They look like a star with 8 green and orange leaves. On your way now.
He's an awfully pushy fellow, but understandably given the circumstances.
Where can I find these plants?
Search for them in the swamp behind the camp. You need to go very deep into it, but mind the swamp sharks don't get you. And now, don't waste my time. Go!
Oh, please, what the hell are you doing with your time? You're just standing here watching a sleeping fool. Well, we're doing all the backbreaking labor. Alright, well, let us do what he asked then. We'll make our way into the swamp here. Once again. Only this time with a quite a bit more danger involved, because we have to go much deeper. We have found a few of these herbs. I might have eaten them. Nope. I've got 3 of them, so we only really need 2 more. I found a couple of them while we were collecting the swampweed harvest from Viren out in the swamp. Speaking of which, maybe we'll pay him a visit again and just see if somehow we can finagle a bit more weed out of him that we can sell to Decipher later. I don't really know if we can. I've never actually bothered. But as it stands, we ought to be able to... ought to be able to kill swamp sharks now, so I don't think there'll be a huge problem. Oh, wow. Got a lot more health than I remembered. Why weren't you blocking, goddammit? Oh my god, are you fucking serious? I'm trying to fucking... Is this a fucking joke? At the fucking critical moment, apparently I can't block. Okay, well, let's see if I can dodge or something. Well, I definitely can't dodge here. Yeah, see? Backstepping doesn't do anything. Or barely does anything. And then I can't hit him because he keeps backing up. See, what the fuck is wrong with this? This is fucking retarded! Oh, well, I guess there's only one way I can actually fucking hit these things. Good thing is that they attack really slowly, so I have more than enough time to hit them first. Alright, so that's the only way to fight these things, because apparently when they open their mouths, they disable you from blocking somehow. Which makes no fucking sense. Get over here, you little fucking shit. Let's see if I can get their teeth. I know I'm gonna need at least one swamp shark tooth later. Oh, we can only get their skin. That's annoying. I don't know why, like, oftentimes the animals don't drop the trophies that they're supposed to be dropping. Oh, let's pay a visit to these guys again. What is up with that?
I'm to take all the weeds to Korkalam again.
Again?
Now you're not going to tell me to kill all the swamp sharks for you, are you? I really don't have that much time.
Okay. Here, take the bloody weeds.
Ha ha ha! Believe me, my friend, these shall not go to Korkalam. Alright, so let us press onward a little bit deeper. I guess I'll just try and avoid the swamp sharks for now. Now, so you can see that this swamp's really not all that big. We're close to the other edge of it now, but once you get close to the edge, way over there, you will actually be at the end of the barrier, so it's another place where you're likely to get killed. So here we got the last two of the healing herbs we need. And I just want to take a look. Right, well, let's kill this fool, because he's going to get in our way. Come on! Alright, so this weird little altar here, a lot of people have wondered about this and what it was actually supposed to be used for. I've never quite learned. It's just one of those things that's always been bundled in a whole bunch of questions in some of the interviews with people like Mike Hoga. And just one of those things I don't think ever really got answered. But regardless, we now have to get ourselves out of here. It is another one of those things that actually did get repurposed in at least one mod that I can think of, which is Dark Mysteries. And, yeah, I've made my point about Dark Mysteries many times. Wish it could have been more. Who that talking? Fuck you, flies. Oh, well, the flies can't do anything to me. Yeah? You want some of this? I don't think you do. Alright. Well, now I know how to fight swamp sharks. I heard someone talking. I wonder... Oh, let's kill this thing first. I guess the swamp sharks aren't too bad after all. once you figure them out. Really just have to keep it going. Kind of slow yourself down a little bit here and there, but anyway, who the hell are you? Charette.
What are you doing here?
Did I give you permission to speak to me? Only joking. Those damn loonies are getting on my nerves. That's why I'm here. Don't speak to me. Pray for forgiveness by the sleeper. Your mission is of extraordinary importance. It's enough to drive a man out of his mind. No wonder they're all crazed round here. I'm Shrat, novice of the first rank, and that's who I'll always remain.
I want to join the Brotherhood. Can you help me?
You want to join this place? I'm actually just thinking about how to get away from here. We could roam the colony, relieve a few numbskulls of their money, collect some more. What do you think?
Alright, so that's interesting. Shrat here, he's apparently disillusioned with the swamp camp and no longer wants anything to do with them. But he suggests that he follow you and you just kind of roam the colony together and stake out your living as outlaws and vagabonds, as it were. Truth be told, he's worthless at that because he has a tendency to run away from just about anything you're going to encounter, and to even deal with him, you have to go out into the swamp shark swamp, and he runs away from those, so if he's not even willing to fight those by the time you're able to get out to him, he's really not any help as a follower whatsoever. Right, so let's have another word with Baylor here. Blessed Baylor.
It's me. I'm back. I'm to pick up the next delivery.
Of course. To sell it off to the new camp again?
I never did it in the first place.
50 ore, my usual advance payment.
I like how he calls it an advance payment as though we ever actually, Alright, well, I don't know why I can't give him the ore. Regardless. Now, yeah, so I guess I can't get the package from him, but hopefully we can at least sell this stack from Viren. Otherwise, going and getting it was not worth the time. I figure, while we're here, I just kind of wanted to show something if I can figure out where the hell it is. Where the hell is it? There it is. Now this weird platform here, this is apparently where the Templars train. Now, normally Cor Angar would be standing up here, and I totally forgot to actually come up here and talk to these guys while I was doing the swamp camp initiation stuff, which I feel kind of sorry for, but whatever, we'll just have to live with it.
Can you train me?
Out of my sight, unworthy one. I instruct only the Sleeper's Templars.
And so this guy is a cocky motherfucker, and he is of no help to us at all. But if we came up here before the invocation scene, Cor Angar would have been up here, and had we talked to him, there would have been more dialogue with that fellow, and we could have gotten into some interesting shenanigans. Anyway, we'll have to live without it. Let us return with these herbs. And there Cor Angar goes back to sleep. I'm beginning to think this is all a ruse, because he only goes to sleep when I show up.
But keep it to yourself. People don't...
I have the healing herbs for Iberian.
Well done. Iberian woke up for a short time while you were out.
Did he say anything?
Yes, he said that the Sleeper is not what we think he is. We must try not to awaken him again. All we can do is hope that it is not too late for Iberian.
As long as I better keep out of it.
Iberian is dead.
Well.
Our spiritual leader has left us. Even your quick help could not prevent his death.
Wasn't really all that quick. I took a nap in the swamp, didn't
I
I?
have always trusted Iberian. Shortly before he died, he placed all his hopes on the escape plan of the Magicians of Water.
Then we should support the Magicians of Water in their plan.
They'll need the focus and the almanac. Both things are still in Kor Kalam's possession.
Where is Kor Kalam?
In a rage, he set out with a couple of Templars to find his own way to the sleeper.
Damn, how can we get the focus now?
I believe he left a book and focus in his laboratory. Here is the key for the chest.
There was a time when things would have gone very right.
One moment.
Yes?
Take this rune of magic as a sign of our gratitude for your great deeds.
Maybe.
This will allow you to teleport fast and easily to the courtyard of our temple whenever the need arises.
Thank you.
And now, Korengar finally leaves Iberian's side, so he's gonna... I'm not really sure where he's going. Okay. So he's probably gonna head up to that platform. Maybe we can get that dialogue with, that asshole dude up there. Now that he's going back, but I'm not sure. Now, this rune he gave us, this is the first teleportation rune we get. But it is also the most worthless, because we never really have a reason to come back here. So Iberian, in the moments before his death, which, by the way, he's not actually dead. He's still just sleeping here. People just kind of unceremoniously left him there. He does end up getting, like, next time we leave, he does end up getting pulled back in here. And, that's just kind of where his quote-unquote corpse remains for the rest of the game. Right, left, left, right, left, right. Right, left, right, left, right. Left. Now, right, left, right, left, right, right. Behold. So yeah, now that there's no one really to complain, we can kind of loot this place to our heart's content. Which there's only one chest in each of these chambers. Really, all this stuff belongs to these women here, but we're taking it anyway. Left. Left, left, right. Damn it all. Left, left, right, left, right. Fuck. Left, left, right, left, right, right. One of the things I definitely hated the most about Dark Mysteries was the complexity of the lock combinations. Left, 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 right. Left, left, right, left, right, right, left. Fuck! Left, left, right, left, right, right, left, left. Good lord. Yeah, the lock combinations for the chests added by the Dark Mysteries mod could get up to like 20 different directions. It was absurd. And there were dozens of those chests, by the way. So, anyway, it seems that Iberian, the spiritual leader of the Brotherhood of the Sleeper, no longer believes, or in his dying moments seemed to believe, that the Sleeper is not what they expected. Now, Korengar never elaborates on it, but apparently our character jumps to a rather radical conclusion about what they seem to believe, because, oh, good lord, help me. You fucking asshole. When we, well, you'll see what we make of it when we go to the water mages, because Korengar finally he gave up his belief that the Sleeper would lead them to freedom, and believes that the only way he can get these people to safety and freedom is through the plan of the water mages. Now, Kor Kalam apparently got all huffy about that because he left this place in a hurry and left the almanac and the focus behind. So, our last resort is to go visit the water mages. Now, it's interesting because altogether, I mean, granted, we're taking a lot of programming to really change the NPC behaviors here, but none of them really go back to normal. As if, you know, none of them... What am I trying to say? None of them, they continue to, like, pray and worship and all that, which is kind of odd because, you know, they've just been told that they should not be worshipping the sleeper anymore, and yet they still do. So it's kind of funny. But it is to be expected. Alright, so let's see if I can get this dialogue to trigger now. You talking to somebody?
Will you train me?
You want to become a strong, commendable. I dedicate.
How can I become a Templar?
First, you will have then come back to.
Alright, so that's that. You know what? I think that's dialogue we needed the whole time. I thought I had done that dialogue already, so I'm sorry for skipping it. But it's not really important. He basically tells us he can't train us until we become a Templar, which obviously we can't do anymore because we are sworn to another camp.
Korangar has spoken to you? What did he say?
Now this is where it gets kind of funny. You can tell him one of these three things. This is obviously the truth, so let's do that first.
He said I should come back as soon as I'm a Templar.
It would appear he has a high opinion of you. He never speaks to anybody. It is an honor even to be noticed by him. The last time he spoke to me was about 2 months ago.
Well, that is a shame for you. I guess even your brother Templars don't like you.
Korangar.
He said he never liked the swamp sharks.
What? A holy task is waiting for me. My master's wish is my command.
Well, that's one way to get rid of him, I suppose. Now let's see what the last thing is.
Korangar has spoken to you? What did he say?
He says you'll be unworthy of wearing the armor of a Templar.
Never. He could not have said that, not about me.
Put the weapon.
Well, what is your problem all of a sudden? Oh, God!
Why have you woken me up?
Hey, U.S.
He deserved it.
What the hell are you doing to me?
Next
Why have
time
you
I'll
woken
kill
me
you.
up?
Alright, now... What is... Hey!
I suppose.
Fucking assholes. Now, I don't know why that's happening, where, like, everyone's getting up immediately. It's really confusing. And really worrying, because it's going to be a huge problem later when we have a lot of NPCs to fight. Let me just test something. So I don't know why that's happened all of a sudden. That's very strange, and it's going to be a huge problem when we take on the free mine, but perhaps by then I'll have another means of circumventing such annoyances. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoyed. I apologize for all like the jump skipping and stuff today. Unfortunately, one of the problems in my current situation is that there are quite a few people living in my house, and they're moving around like constantly, so I have to stop recording every time one of them comes within earshot, basically. And unfortunately, that just happened to happen a lot today, and that's very annoying. Anyway, so next episode, we are going to have to make a journey to the new camp once again, and try and gain an audience with the water mages. So, it should be interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you next time.